Hello students, I'm here with another video from the chapter of class 7th NCERT book, that is chapter number 16, Water a Precious Resource. Before starting today's video, I would like to tell you all that till now what all things we have discussed in this chapter. So we are about to complete this chapter first of all. So in this chapter we have started about the first thing, that is what is the meaning of the word resource. So we know that something which is going to satisfy the human needs and wants, that is said to be as the resources, and which is present in a plenty of amount, which is its volume, its number is very much higher in nature. Okay, so whatever things which we are getting from the nature is said to be as a natural resource. Now there are certain natural resource they are soil, water, air, plants, animals, forest. All these are the natural resources, so in which we consider the water is also one of the major, it is one of the precious resource. Why? Because this is present in plenty of in amount, but still see, about 71% of water is present, but still there is a very less amount of water, that is 0.006% of water is there, which is present in the form of the fresh water. Among that also 0.003% of water is there, which is present in the form of the underground water, which is used for the domestic purpose. So the percentage is very less, so we need to consider, we need to use it wisely. We should always consider this as a precious resource, because this is always present in a very less amount. Okay, so we have discussed about the different forms of water, which is solid, liquid and gases. And since this very less amount of water is present in the form of underground water, that has to be maintained, and that is maintained by the process called water cycle, where three steps are majorly occurring, which is, one is the evaporation, the second is condensation, the third one is precipitation. Okay, so we can consider that the condensation, precipitation and this evaporation, this has to continue. For that infiltration should happen. Now what is this infiltration? We have seen that underground water consists of different means major layers are there of the soil. Among that, the last layer is saturated with water, that is said to be as a water table. Now the very first layer of the water, where underground water is present, is said to be as a water table, and after that we will find out the aquifer is there. Okay, and then different places, different water table is there. Why? Because we are in India, or in the world also, if you consider that each and every part of the world is not receiving the equal amount of rainfall. That is why there is a concept of rainwater harvesting has arisen. Now this rainwater harvesting means it is a way by which we are cutting off some water of the rain, and we are keeping it safe for the future purpose. For that we are building the wells inside the earth surface, and which helps in the recharging of this groundwater. Okay, now if we are using this water wisely, there are certain steps we have also, I have given you. First I have discussed about the ways because of which the groundwater is getting depleted, and after that we have also seen about how we can recharge this groundwater. So one of such way or the method by which we could recharge this groundwater is this rainwater harvesting. Okay, this rainwater harvesting is of two types, that is drain water harvesting and rooftop rainwater harvesting. This rooftop rainwater harvesting takes place in the house, in the homes, or in the places where the rooftop is available. Okay, we'll collect the water from the rooftop, it is being diverted in the wells, which helps in infiltration, and this in turn recharges the groundwater. Okay, then after that, what is there, that is the next part, that is drain water harvesting. This drain water harvesting means it is a way in which the rainwater is diverted in the drains, and that drains is being diverted in the groundwater. Okay, so this was all about the chapter which we are discussing till now. Now today I'm going to give you some facts, that how this individual level is also responsible for depletion and also for the recharging of groundwater. Okay, so we have discussed this in the last part also, but still there are certain points which are left. So as a human being, as a person, as a part of society, what we can contribute towards this conservation of water, that matters a lot. Okay, so the very first thing is that we should be aware. So we'll create awareness. We should be aware regarding what? We should be aware regarding the uses of water. Means how to use. We should understand what is the meaning of the use and misuse. So this use and misuse is very complementary word. These are just the means these are the words which are connected, but still these are opposite. We can use and misuse even this resource. So if we should understand that on which side we are falling, either we are using the water or we are misusing the water. So if you are misusing the water, you should all work in the direction where we are utilizing this water in a good purpose. Okay, so here what you have to do is you have to check in your homes, in the locality, in the nearby areas, in your school. You have to see that whether any tap is leaky or whether any tap is not working properly or water is dripping out from there. Okay, so we should all tell to our parents either that this to repair that particular tap, or we should always keep in check about the use and misuse of water. Okay, so this is our part. As a children, we could you could play even as a parent. Your parents should also be aware regarding the use of water. They are not misusing it. They make sure that even in your home also it is not being misused. Okay, so there are various methods by which you can use it wisely. It means you are if you are following those habits, so the water could be used very wisely. Fine. So what could be those methods? So some of the methods, like you should turn off the taps while brushing or while bathing, or when you're washing utensils also the tap should be closed. And then after that, once you just fill the bucket, and then you have to take a bath. Don't take bath using showers, because in showers 2 or 3 buckets of water is going wastage, okay, in a waste. Because we don't understand that we are just putting on the soap and this tap or the shower is turned on. Fine, so that has to be turned off when you are not using it. So please keep in check that you are taking bath with the help of the bucket full of water, not with the help of the showers. You're just putting it on and switching it on, and you're just bathing very nicely. As the rainfall is there, artificial rainfall is there in your bathroom, that has to be stopped. Okay, that is a very bad habit that, I mean, we will fall in the category of this misusing of water. So we should not become such people, those who are misusing this water. Okay, please keep a check. Then you should mop a floor instead of washing, because in washing we require lots of water, and if we are mopping with the cloth, with the help of wet cloth, that would help the house to be clean, and even in a better way, but in a better way, and also in a very less water is being required. Okay, next thing is that the way the vehicle should not be washed with a bucket full of water, or with the help of the pipes. You are just taking a pipe in your hand and you're washing your vehicle, like your scooties or your cars. Okay, that has to be stopped. Fine, you need to take a bucket of water, and then you wipe it with the help of the wet cloth, mop it with the help of wet cloth. Okay, so it is going to take a less amount of water, children. Fine. Next thing, what you could do is plant if plants are there, you should always follow the drip irrigation method or the sprinkler irrigation if you have a lawn. Fine, if you don't have a lawn and you have some if you have to water the plants and you have plants in the pots, then those flower vase or the flower pot has to be watered with the help of using the sprinkler. Okay, that one bucket which is having the shower in it, and that has to be used for with the help of mug also. You could use you could water the plant. Okay, then rainwater harvesting should be placed in your homes. That you could also check out. If not in homes, that should be placed in the school or in the new buildings where the construction is going on, and if the large number of society people are living in that, there should be use of this water harvesting technique. Okay, then next thing is that we should not waste the water after washing the clothes. We can use it in the toilets. Okay, we can flush it in the toilets, because flush water is directly going into the in the toilets just like that. Okay, that is why we could use that used water and it could be reused in some purposes, as like regarding this flush water could be replaced with this rinsed water which is being coming out from the cloths. Okay, then after that you could also, if you're washing the vegetables, you can keep these water in a bucket, and that bucket could be used for for the plants. Even the RO water nowadays, each and every house is having an RO, and having the RO, and this RO machine is going to filter the water with the help of a large amount of water. That quantity has this volume of water, this much volume of water is being wasted, but that water has to be used. Okay, so please collect that water in a bucket, and then you can use that water in your washing machines. You can use the water in washing the clothes, washing your house, washing your cars and scooters. Okay, so you can use it, uh, as you could not drink it, just except drinking, you can use that water anywhere in your home. It is not a water that is considering with having it is a wastewater. You should don't consider that water as a wastewater. Just utilize that water in some or the other way. Okay, don't waste the water. Fine. So these are some practice which I have told you, and you could add up some more topics, some more practice in it. Fine. Now, what is the effect? The next topic which you need to discuss here is, what is the effect of water? What is the effect of water scarcity? What is the effect of water scarcity in on plants? What is the effect of water scarcity on plants? So we can understand that how much important the water is for the plant. Okay, so what is the importance of water for the plant? We know that plant is going to photosynthesize the things, means it is a very important component of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis takes place in the presence of water. Okay, it helps in mineral absorption. Mineral absorption. Then after that, it also maintains the temperature. It also maintains the temperature of water. So there are many other forms, many other ways by which this water is helpful for the plant. First of all, it is a major part of this photosynthesis. It is the raw material of photosynthesis, where a plant requires uh, water. It requires carbon dioxide for preparing its food because of the process of this photosynthesis in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Okay, so this is the main definition of this photosynthesis, where this photosynthesis is responsible for production of food in the plant. Okay, so we have seen that potted plants are wilting and ultimately dying off if they did not get water. Okay, so because of the excessive transpiration is taking place in the water, children, in the plants, the water is getting reduced in the plant's body. Okay, what is this transpiration? Transpiration means it is a way by which excess of water is being lost from the plant's body with the help of the sunlight. Once sun is there in the sky, and then it is falling on the plant is getting, the water is getting evaporated from the parts of the plant which is towards the sun, and this helps in the, this process is said to be as a transpiration, and this transpiration also is responsible for the movement of food, movement of water, movement of the minerals, and then also it also keeps the plant cool, and it also helps in maintaining the balance of temperature in the plant. Okay, so there are various methods, there are various, these are the various these are the various help which is taking place because of the presence of water in the plant. Okay, now next thing what happens, and if you are not watering the plants, means there is scarcity of water on the plants, in the plant's body, then what would happen? The plant's body, this plant is going to wilt, and it droops down first, and then it is going to wilt, and then it is going to dry up. For permanent dryness would take place, the plant would die. Okay, so this has to be avoided. If you are keeping the plants, you should always take care of them, and if you're taking care, you should always water the plant daily. Okay, now, and when in summers, you should water the plant two times, in the morning as well as in the evening. Why? Because there is lots of transpiration going on, and because of transpiration, excessive loss of water is taking place, that results in the dryness of the water in the plants, and because of which the plants would die. Okay, and if it is an agricultural field, we could always apply the advanced techniques like the drip irrigation, and the sprinkler irrigation could also be taking place, and even the rainwater harvesting method could also be applied in the fields where a large area is under cultivation. Fine. Next, what is written over here? You have already learned in chapter 1 that plant needs water to get nutrients. How? So this plant gets nutrients, minerals with the help of this water. How this takes place? You know that minerals are soluble in water. And where are these minerals present? These minerals are present inside the soil, and they get dissolved in the water when you just irrigate the field. Once they're dissolved in water, they are taken up by the roots of the plant and it goes up. Fine. Now what happens? The roots of the plants are directly in touch with the roots of the plants are directly in touch with the soil. Okay, they're directly in touch with the soil. Now, whatever nutrient is present, whatever mineral is present in the soil, this is taken up with the, and you're adding water. You are adding water to the plant. Okay. Now, once you're adding water to the plant, what happens? These minerals which are present here, they will be absorbed in the stem of the parts of the plant, and it is going inside the plant, because these minerals are getting dissolved in this water, and once they are dissolved, they will be absorbed by the plants, children. Okay, so this was about the absorption of minerals in the plants. Okay, now next thing is that just imagine the consequences if water is not available. If water is not available, all these things, no photosynthesis, no mineral absorption, no maintenance of temperature would take place, the permanent dryness of the plant would take place, and this plant could die also. Okay, the green character of the planet shall be lost. Okay, so it is written that the green character of the planet means the plants would be completely, they would not be present, they would be completely lost from the earth surface, which has having green in color. That green color would be lost because of the absence of these trees and the plants, and even the life would also be lost. Why? Because these are the main sources, these plants are the main sources of oxygen, and without oxygen, without water, we cannot live. If trees are not there, there would be no rainfall. If there is no rainfall, it means that there would be there would be water scarcity everywhere. If no plants are there, we would not be having the oxygen for breathing, and then we would also die. Okay, so next is the green character of the planet would be lost. Then this means that there is end of life. Yes, there is end of life. Why there would be end of life? Because I said that these plants are responsible for the production of oxygen because of the result of this photosynthesis, which is the end product of this photosynthesis, which is waste for the plant and it is useful for the earth. For example, if there is no oxygen, what would happen on the earth? No life would be present, no animals, no birds, no human beings. Then the world would be without plants. Shall means if the world is without plant, it means that there is no food, no oxygen, not enough rain, and no and innumerable other problems would also arise. Okay, so these are the ways by which plants are helping us, and plants is being helping us because they are getting water properly. Fine, so this was all about, children, all about the chapter water, a precious resource. Now, one successful initiative is given over here in the blue box. I'll just read it out for you all. Rajasthan is a hot and dry place. The challenge of natural scarcity of water was met by a successful experiment. Now, you know that this Rajasthan is a place in India which is receiving very less amount of rainfall, and it is having a desert also over there, and this is a completely dry area. Now, in this area also, the scarcity of water has been resolved. The problem of scarcity of water has been resolved by certain initiative. Initiative means somebody has taken the step towards the movement, step towards the eradication of this, removal of this water scarcity problem. Okay, somebody has solved this problem. How they are solving this problem, children? I'll let you know. A band of social worker has transformed a dry area in Alwar district into a green place. So this is a very good step which has been taken by these people, social worker. These have transformed a dry area of Alwar district into a green area. Means there was no plant, but after the initiative, after the help of these people, that area is consisting of plants and trees now. Okay, these workers have revived, means they have helped the plants to grow in this particular area, and they have helped this area to be overcome from this dryness and to overcome from this water scarcity problem. And now this problem is being resolved, and this place is full of plants, full of water, and full of even the greenery. Okay, so they have revived 5 dried up rivers. Okay, so what are these rivers? This is Arveri, then Ruparal, Sarsa, and Bhagini. Then there is one more river, that is this is Jahaz Valley. Okay, so all these are the rivers which was constructed over the water harvesting structure. I mean, water harvesting structure was being joined with these dried up rivers, and as a result of rainfall, because they have planted more and more trees, small amount of rainfall was happening. They have collected this water with the help of rainwater harvesting technique, and after that they have helped in this water has been helped for the production of these plants, for the growth of these plants and the uh, different trees. Okay, so this was all about the initiative which is being taken up by these people. And now I'm going to tell you about the key words of this chapter, children. So as this chapter is over, I'll just, without wasting the time, I'll just discuss about the keywords of this chapter. So the first keyword of this chapter is, okay, so I'll rub it off nicely. So we'll discuss about the keywords. Now the first word is aquifer. We'll discuss about, first word is aquifer. Now what is this aquifer? We have already discussed that once the water table is there, means groundwater is there, the upper layer of groundwater is having, this is said to be as the water table. And below this water table, whatever water is present is said to be as aquifer. Okay, this is said to be as aquifer. Now, this aquifer means this is a layer of water which is present below the water table. Okay, so this is about aquifer. Next word is the depletion. Now, the second word is depletion. What is the meaning of the word depletion, children? Depletion means decrease in number. Depletion means decrease of anything. Okay, decrease in the number, decrease in the wells, decrease in the trees, decrease in the number of anything. This is said to be as a depletion. Depletion means to become less in number. Next word is drip irrigation. Next word is drip irrigation. Now, what is the meaning of this word drip irrigation? Drip irrigation means it is a technique of irrigation, advanced irrigation technique, where the network of pipe is there, which is laid in near the drip irrigation. It is laid near the roots of the plant, and once the water is being supplied, there is a drip inside, means there are small holes in this pipes, and once the water is running through these dripped pipes, the water will come out one drop by drop from this pipe, and then it is going to come out from the dripped pipe, and then what would happen, it is not going to be wasted, it is going to directly water the roots of the plant. Okay, the water would be present directly into the roots of the plant, it would not be wasted. Now the next topic is, the next word after drip irrigation is groundwater. What is this groundwater, children? Groundwater means the water which is present underground, inside the layers of the soil. Whatever water is present is said to be as the groundwater. Okay, now next is infiltration. Next word is infiltration. Infiltration. Now, what is this infiltration? Infiltration means it is the seepage of water under the inside the soil, in the layers of the soil, because of which helps in the recharging of groundwater. It is a method of seepage of water, rainwater inside the soil particles, which helps in the recharging of water. Okay, so the water absorption among the soil particles is said to be as infiltration. The next word is a recharge. Now, what is the meaning of the word recharge? Recharge means to charge it again. Now, if the water scarcity is taking place, the water would be recharged. Means the water would be taken up from the different parts of the water would be added in the different underground conditions where the water is present, and if it is lesser in number, then what would happen? It is going to be recharged. Fine. Next word is water harvesting. Okay, the next word is water harvesting. Now, what do you mean by water harvesting, children? Water harvesting means it is a technique by which the rainwater is going to be the water from the rain is cut off and it is being saved for the future purpose. So, water harvesting is a technique which helps, in which we are cutting off water, we are harvesting water, and we are keeping it for the future use. Okay, so next word, the last word is water table. The last word is water table. Now, what is this water table? Water table means it is a level of underground water. From the upper surface, what is the level of underground water is said to be as a water table. Okay, so this was all about the discussion of the keywords, children, and we have discussed about aquifer, depletion, drip irrigation, then groundwater infiltration, then recharge, then water harvesting, and the water table, which is the underground level of the water. Okay, then after that, the next thing is what we have learned in this chapter. This is the small revision like lines which are written over here in your book. I'll just discuss this also. Now, the first line says, water is essential for all living beings. Water is essential for all living beings, and there can be no life without it. And yes, this is very true, that if there is no water, there is no life on the earth's surface. Fine. So this was a very important and a very beautiful line which is set for the water, which is a precious resource. We have already seen many things which proves that yes, water is a precious resource. We should not waste it. Okay. Next thing, water exists in three forms: solid, liquid, and gases. Solid form of water is a snow, hail. Okay, and then next is the liquid form of water is the rainfall. Okay, then after that, vapor form of water is the water vapor. Next is the third point, which says through the though water is maintained by water cycle, yet there is an acute scarcity of water in many places in the globe. Why? Because there is very uneven rainfall is taking place. Water cycle is happening, but the amount of water which is transpiring and amount of water which is coming down as precipitation is very much different. Because after precipitation, that water is either running off or that water is wasted in the oceans and the seas, which is going to become salty and it is of no use, children. Okay, that is why the water cycle is not able to maintain this level of water, children. Fine. Next, there is an uneven distribution of water, as we have seen in the diagram in the map, where it is being shown that average rainfall, how much amount of rainfall is being present all over in India. Okay, most of us has resulted from the human activities. Why? Because we have deforested the places, and we misusing the water which is present. We are not taking care of the groundwater. Okay, so all these are the major steps which is being taken up by the people, and because of which there is very much misuse of the water, mismanagement of water is there. That is why there's an acute shortage of water, children. So we should avoid all these conditions. Next is that rapid growth of industries, increasing population, growing irrigation requirements, and mismanagement are some of the causes of water shortage. So why there is a water shortage, children? The water shortage is because of the various practices of human beings, like we are not taking care of the water. If it is running in the tap from the taps, we are not closing it, we are not checking the leaky taps. If the water is being gushing out from the roadside, or we are not bothered to close the taps. Even in the schools also we are misusing it, the tap is left open like that. So that should all be controlled. Okay, that is what then only we can come up with the we can avoid all this water shortage. Fine, we need to be worried about wastage during the supply water through pipes, the leaking taps and the buildings and in other places. Unnecessarily use of water and overdrawing from the groundwater should be avoided. That is why nowadays the submersible digging is being completely banned in the houses, because we don't require that much amount of water. That is unnecessarily misuse. Then recharging of groundwater should be increased. Then the second last line, which says the need of an hour is that every individual uses water economically. If we are not using economically this water, then our next generation is not going to see the fresh water also. Then plants wilt and ultimately dry up if they are not getting water for few days. Why? Because this plant is again a very important resource for each and every. This water is a very important resource for each and every plant, even for the human beings, even for the animals. So we should not waste this water. We should all use this water very economically, children. With this quote that we should, if we are saving water, we are saving life. I'm ending today's video. I will meet you all in the next video with the last topic, that would be the exercises discussion in this chapter. Then after that I'll start with the new chapter. Fine. So that was all about today's video. Everybody should take care, and that there is no wastage of water in their houses and in their locality. Then only reading this chapter would be successful. So with this message that if you are saving the water, you are saving the life, I'm ending today's video. I'll meet you all in the next video with the next topic to be discussed.